everyone. Missy Heydrich, welcome back to the afternoon session here at the 2024 Women's Basketball Media Day for the Big 12 Conference. Up first for our afternoon are the Arizona Wildcats, 18-16 overall a year ago, and 8-10 in Pac-12 play and an appearance in the NCAA tournament. With me here on stage, head coach Adia Barnes in her 9th year at Arizona, and she has brought with her sophomore guard Jada Williams, sophomore forward Brea Cunningham, and sophomore guard Skylar Jones. There is a theme. We will talk about that in a moment. Coach, welcome to Kansas City. As you will find, this is a great town, and they love basketball, and they love Big 12 basketball. As both a player and as a coach that was in the Pac-12, you've got a long history with this league and obviously with your institution. Can you just talk a little bit about what this move has been like for your program, the things you've put in place to make it happen, and how you've attacked this going forward?
Yeah, the move is so different, but I think it's so exciting. There's so much opportunity. Obviously, it's great to bring a player like Jada back to Kansas City, so she'll have a lot of fans. You know, but Jada has fans everywhere. But I think it's just fun, new rivalries, just a different conference, 16 teams. So I'm just excited to see, how our game transpires here in this conference, and it's just exciting times. I think it's also exciting with women's basketball. There's so much. The landscape is changing. It's changing all over the country. So it's a great time to be in a new conference and just a change.
Absolutely. A lot of ups and downs a season ago for all of you, dealt with injuries and all of the things that usually happen over the course of the season, but 3 young players who got a ton of experience. How important is that to have that kind of they're really veterans because of the time that they got. How important is that as you think forward, attacking new teams, new outlook, new everything for you here in this season?
It's really important. I think, last year they were thrown into the fire because of the injuries, and I think just all the experience they got. We played the most overtime games in the country last year. We didn't always come on the great end of that or the winning end of that, but we gained tremendous experience. So I think that them being sophomores, they're going to play more like juniors. And I always look at our team. My 3rd year at Arizona, we had lost a lot of overtime games, and the next year we won the NIT, then went to the national championship. So I'm going to lean on them very heavily. I think that they're ready, and just to watch them not only grow on the court throughout the year, but to watch them grow off the court, it's just they've made huge strides. So really excited to see what they bring this year.
Well, and they're durable, so that they
are
can,
durable.
They can.
They were pressing with 6 players, and we all year long. So I don't know how they did it, but they have big hearts.
Good. That's what we like to see. That will get it done. Couple questions for you, ladies. Jada Williams, all Pac-12 freshman team selection, and you call Kansas City home. So I know this is exciting for you to be back here. Freshman seasons are really tough, no matter how you slice it, because there's so many things that you're dealing with. What is it, though, as you think about your game and how you were successful within the system that Coach Barnes runs?
Yeah, I think I took on a big leadership role last year. Coming in as a freshman, I knew I was going to have to lead older girls, but they did a great job of encouraging me. Like Helena Puello last year, she always put her arm around me and said, we trust you, we believe in you, we want you to be our point guard. So that helped a lot last year. Just confidence. The first half of the season, I wasn't playing as well as I'd like to, but I leaned on my teammates. They did a lot of good things. I trusted them, I believed in them, and so just believing in myself, believing in my teammates, it went a long way. Just being a leader, doing everything that I can, whether that's pressing that game or scoring that game or just being a cheerleader of that game, whatever it takes, that's just kind of my job.
Well, we always say, I think point guards are like quarterbacks, so you got to do a little bit of everything. So you absolutely did that. Brea Cunningham, also a sophomore forward. You played, I believe, high school together, if I'm not mistaken, the two of you. You started 32 of 34 games last year as a freshman. There's a lot of people, not only here in this room, but a lot of people in the Midwest. They may not necessarily know a lot about Arizona women's basketball. So how do you, all as players, like to define the culture and the identity of who you guys are?
I don't know. I think we're a very aggressive team. We play hard, especially last year, that being a tough season with us. Like towards the end, only 6 players. We give it all we have. We're a very aggressive team defensively, and yeah.
In terms of how coach likes to coach you guys on the floor, I know there's a high level of intensity in that competition. It's going to come out in practice. What have these first few weeks of the true practice time been, and how competitive has it been in the gym?
It's been very competitive. Especially with basically having a whole new team. We're still all trying to get to know each other, get to like know how to play with each other and everything like that. So practice has been fun. We start scrimmaging, just seeing how everybody plays and seeing the competition come out of everybody. It's been fun, yeah.
Kind of getting after it. That's a good thing. That happens early, and then you hope it carries over, right, Coach? Skylar Jones started the last 15 games of last season and posted a career-high 24 points in the NCAA tournament. You finished that year, your freshman year, incredibly strong, Skylar. So what was it that clicked for you late into the season? And as you've approached the off-season, what has been your focus?
I would say my teammates telling me that they need me to step up because I didn't really have the confidence that I needed to in the beginning of the season because being a freshman is really hard. So I think having all the confidence from my teammates and them encouraging me really helped me get comfortable playing, and I think that's why I had such a great end of the season. And then the off-season, just working on keeping my confidence and keeping that momentum from the last end of the season, and then being able to step up as a leader because, as you guys said, like we have experience of like juniors now, so a lot of things are going to be relied on us, especially with having a new team, and we're all very young as well.
Yeah. Lots of new faces. They're almost like babies out there, but yet they've been asked to do a lot more. All right, for any of our media members here, if you'd like to raise your hand if you have any questions, and I believe we have one right here in the front.
Coach Barnes, Matthew Postons, Heartland College Sports. 12 new teams to learn, brand new conference to learn. I'm curious about the preparation you and your staff put in this summer to try and get your heads wrapped around what this conference is like.
Yeah, a lot of new teams, definitely a lot of homework, but I think it's a very different style of play. I think there's a lot more girth inside in the post, a lot more players that play back to the basket, and a lot bigger, so we have a lot more depth inside, but just adjusting. But I'm curious to see how we're going to adjust as a team because our style is also very different than most Big 12 teams, so I think in some ways some teams will have to adjust to us, and we'll have to adjust to them. And I think adding more depth and size inside will really help us because we know we have a lot of big players. But I think it's a fun time, and I feel like with this time and the state of women's basketball, you're always constantly adjusting because every team is different. There's rarely teams that have all of their players for 4 to 5 years now. So I think that every year they're adding new players, adding new transfers, and that's just kind of the way women's basketball is. So you have to be able to pivot when you need to, and I think we're ready for that now.
We've got another question right there.
Hey, Adia. How you doing? Joe Malvasini from Arizona and ESPN. Jada, you mentioned Puello. Are you now the person to take over and be the leader, and which of your cohorts is along with you?
I think kind of same leadership role. I think we all have to step up because, in crunch times, we always relied on Puello. I'm not going to lie. We always ran floppy for Puello. So I think everybody just steps up a little bit. Not one person takes on that role. Brea scores a little bit more. Doesn't foul as much. Skylar scores a little bit more. I have less turnover, stuff like that. Everybody just picking up slack in areas like that. But I think, we're just coming out. We're not the same team as last year. We're different. We got different people. They got different skills. So just relying on that and coming in ready.
Skylar, ended the season really well. I mean, when your coach is starting you, what else do you need confidence-wise to let them know that you're ready to go? Because the team needs you to step up.
I think during the off season, that was me being able to get myself confidence and then be consistent with it. So I think that's what I've been doing much better at, being consistent at practice because practice translates to the game. So I think that's where my confidence is right now. And then just being comfortable going right, that's really it.
But I think one of the things is being able to play through mistakes, and I think a lot of times when you have a top team and you're freshmen, you have a short leash, so you're not able to make a ton of mistakes. I think the great thing for them is they were able to make mistakes, play through them, learn from them, and we had the luxury of them doing that. So I think that's going to pay dividends for this year because they already have that, and I think that you get confidence from your preparation and also being able to play through those mistakes and have some success. So they have a taste of that, and I think that's why Sky performed so well at the end of the year because first of all, they knew they were going to play. Every player, they play a little bit better. You can make mistakes. You're not afraid to take chances when you know you're going to play and not get pulled. Now, when you have veterans, you can't do that. You make a mistake, you're pulled. So I think that those things will enable them to, grow and just get better throughout the year.
Well, Coach, we look forward to seeing these young ladies continue to blossom and grow, and welcome, as we said, to all of you to the Big 12. Welcome back to Kansas City. To you, Jada.